Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Grantham Town Football Manager 23 save with me, cwattye. We have got a brand new video for you today, and we're going to go jump straight into it and see how things are going. So, without further ado, let's go. Okay everybody, it's October. I have played the whole of September off camera after the last video. And we're currently sitting at top of the top of the table. Why did I put an accent on then? Oh, it's been a long weekend, folks. It's been a long weekend. I'm not even dressed to record today, but I figured I might as well try and do something productive with the rest of my Sunday, as the weather is so awful outside today. But at least we had a nice day yesterday when we went to the last game of the season at Ossett. And the mighty Gingerbreads managed to secure their stay in the league for another season. We avoided the drop. We are staying up. We are staying up. So yes, it was a good day out yesterday, a good trip. I was absolutely bloody knackered last night by the time I got home. And I didn't take a lot of rocking when I went to sleep last night. And then I got up very early this morning. And I've been to the club to help out and volunteer to help the club get rid of all the goalposts and everything from the pitch, so the important pitch maintenance work can continue this coming week and over the summer. So hopefully next season, when we kick off, we'll have no excuses about the pitch. We won't be able to blame the pitch for any bad performances, you know. But back to today's save. Like I say, we are in October. I have played through September. We've played 6 league games. We currently have won all 6 league games. However, the league table's looking a lot closer than last season's league table. And also, if we go and have a look at some of the fixtures, some of the scores are looking a lot closer than last season. So we've definitely stepped up a little bit in quality. I mean, I did arrange a friendly against Boston United, because we managed to have a weekend with no game. So I decided to have a home match against Boston United just to raise a few extra monies for the club. And we've had some good results. So, like the FA Cup, we played Ilkeston, one of our rivals, and we gave them a good spanking. But yeah, I've noticed the last, like I say, in a couple of matches, things have been a lot tighter and a lot closer than I would have liked. And the last game against Leicester here, yeah, that was I had visions of that being 0-0. I did. So anyway, today we've got FA Cup 3rd round qualifying action for you against Spennymoor Town, and then we're taking a trip to Spalding United, who, of course, we're all familiar with, because that's the team we beat in the County Cup final this year to become Lincolnshire champions. And then we've got Carlton in the FA Trophy, 3rd qualifying round. And then Basford United, another team that we know quite a little bit about. And we'll be able to take old Greg Smith back to Basford United and see if he gives them a little bit of trouble. Well, I mean, whilst we've got Greg, we might as well use him. They unfortunately don't seem to have Declan Dunn anymore. I think they must have got rid of him in the pre-season, or they lost him last season, perhaps. Did he go somewhere? Yeah, because Greg Smith came to us. I guess his contract just expired and they didn't renew it. Poor old Declan Dunn. Yeah, where is he? Where is Dunning? Let's find him. Declan Dunn. I'm guessing that's him there. No, that's a different one. There's another one somewhere. That one. There he is. He's currently available on a free transfer Nah, you didn't have a very good time then, did you? You was at Grantham. You played 18 times, but we loaned you to Basford United, where you played 5 matches. You played 36 matches, 1 goal. You played 38 times last season and got 2 goals, 4 assists. You had an average rating of 6.72. And they've let you go? That's a strange one. But anyway, let's get into today's matches. So, Spennymoor Town to start with, in a nice little so yeah, we've got Greg. Ooh, no. We don't play a Grady as an advanced forward at all. Reece Cole. I'm gonna have to do something with him fairly soon. Just because he's making some complaints about not starting enough games, not playing enough minutes already. So I have to be a bit mindful of that. The problem is, obviously, we've got quite a large squad now this season. And I've also had to bring in a couple of players on loan. Because something else that happened to me between the last video and this video, whilst I was playing through September, and I was actually streaming that over on Kick. So I streamed the whole of September live. So if you go to Kick, you can probably watch the VOD on Kick to see what happened in September. But I kept getting loads and loads of loan offers for players in the youth team and stuff. So I was just like clicking, no, reject. Just clicking through all the, smacking the space bar to get through all the emails. Never noticed there was an email come through where Jonathan Dinzai, our centre-back, someone had made an offer for him. Clubs had made offers for him because obviously he was a non-contract player. I never saw that, so I never made a counter offer. I then just saw the email that said he's left. So I was like, oh no, because as you know, we lost Ashton Hall right before the season started, before the first game of the season. We then lost Dinzai, so I basically had to go out and loan 2 more centre backs. Because I was like, yeah, I don't fancy trying to play all season with the limited numbers of central defenders, especially not very good ones. I still can't find a striker, though, unfortunately. I still haven't been able to find another striker to bring into the club. Give me some more attacking options, rotations, that kind of thing. And I guess that's the problem, because unless you've got money, buy. And I just need to mute the monitor, because I've left the speakers on. Turn that off. It sounds still coming through the headphones. Yeah, Matt says, always press Louis Chalton. So, Matt, I trust you. You give me good assistant feedback. Just go out there, relax, play your natural game, and the result will come. Just keep everybody calm. Because obviously Spennymoor are in the Vanarama National League. And obviously we're not. So, again, we're kind of like the small club. But we've proven that we can turn over some of these teams. Because they get a little bit complacent. They take us for granted a little bit, some of these little clubs. And our boys seem very up for big games. They like to go and spoil somebody's day, basically, which sounds like Grantham people all over. We do like to go and spoil people's days, especially when we go to some of these away grounds. We like to spoil things for people. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this match goes. But yeah, again, we're lucky we've got Greg, I would say. And as I posted on Twitter yesterday after the game, he is the irresistible force and the immovable object of Grantham Town Football Club.
Well, the key to making that a success is by moving the ball with a swiftness that's just tough to read.
Mason Lee
Delivers the ball.
beating Lee Shaw. Oh, well done, Shawry. That's a good goal. Yeah, if you want to see a great example of Greg Smith doing his absolute best at trolling teams, you should have just watched the last 5 minutes of yesterday's match at Ossett, because he literally just stood in the corner, defending the ball, wasting time, and the opposition couldn't get round him. The opposition couldn't get the ball, because he's just standing there blocking everybody. He's like, no, you're not coming past me. I'm as wide as a double-decker bus, and you're not coming through. You could just see the Ossett goalie right in front of me and his centre backs. They were getting so annoyed because they were like, "Ref, tell him to stop! Ref, tell him to stop wasting time." But obviously the ref can't do anything because, you know, not like Greg was laying on the ball or sitting on it or anything. You know, it was still there. The ball was still in play. He just couldn't get round. He just physically couldn't get round him to get to it. And that's all we needed. We just needed to secure that, as I say, secure that point yesterday. That's all we needed to do. Didn't need any dramatics or theatrics. Main thing was we didn't concede in the match, and obviously put pressure on ourselves. So yeah, we did what we had to do. And of course, the result was also good for Ossett, because it meant they also stayed up. And unfortunately, yeah, a bit of bad luck for some of the other teams around us, who sadly now are in that relegation zone and are looking at playoffs next week and stuff. So nice not to be involved in any of that. It is so nice.
You wouldn't want that run to be stretching too much further.
Come on, Mason Lee.
It's across the face at pace.
Decent looking ball.
I've also had we have had a few injuries as well, which is something I didn't really experience a lot in the first season. For those of you that have watched the series from the beginning, we were relatively unscathed last season when it came to injuries in matches, but already this season I've lost like 3 players with injuries. I think one of them is due back sort of any time now, which is one of my sort of right winger, who can obviously replace Mason Lee and leave Mason Lee then available to me as a strike option. Yeah, we've had some injuries, some injury setbacks. Don't let your performance levels drop. And Matthew Smith's gone and got himself nice and anxious. So you know what, Matthew Smith, you can come off. You can come off, and we'll put Reece Cole on because he's shouting about his match time and stuff. Yeah, I haven't got the guy. I could have played. Oh, I have. He's there. Samuel Joseph David Durrant. You could come on for Mason Lee in the second half and be amazing. I've got Mitchell Henry who can come on for Ben Lloyd. Of course, we've got Chris O'Grady, who sadly, like I say, it's a shame he's much better in Football Manager than he turned out to be in real life. But unfortunately, it's just the way it is sometimes. You know, some players, even though they've played at top level, when they come down to the lower level,
now how will things develop from here?
It is a different game. And sometimes, you know, it's nice to have players who are, you know,
looking unstoppable here.
Let's say mature enough, certainly mature enough, but honest enough to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm not good enough anymore, and I can't cope with the football that's being played. So rather than waste your time and my time, and obviously rather than take your, you know,
into the middle,
limited money and funds, I'm just going to go. We'll go. We'll part ways.
Played back to
And
front.
I much appreciate that, you know. There are obviously other players who are not like that. There are other players who are quite happy to basically steal a living from a non-league team and not put in the work,
He has it
not
down.
put in the effort, flat out refuse to actually play
Into
for the
space.
club, you know, and things like that.
Looking to take control
That
of
doesn't help
proceedings. Oh, really
in
tiny
real
range.
life. Thankfully, you know, touch wood, in this game,
Looking to power
my
forward.
players are all nice
Here's the
people.
target.
I don't really have anybody who's a problem. I mean,
Nice
okay, I
little
did upset
intensity
Greg a
in their
little
play.
bit ago, because
Yeah, that
he
does
was
look
one
a
of the,
foul.
at my end of the week training reports, Greg was one of the players that didn't train particularly well.
Placed on the
And I
spot.
tried to give him a nice, you know, friendly little, you know, I could really do with you, just, you know, just maybe putting a bit more effort in training, Greg.
Keeper, no chance.
And, yeah, that didn't go down there at all.
Scored it. It had to
We
be
got a penalty,
goal.
and Lee Sean scored it.
Sensational.
So yeah, I've learnt with Greg, you don't confront him. He doesn't handle confrontation very well. So you have to try and be a little bit more tactful with him. I ought to make some subs, because I've been waffling on all this time, and I forgot to make subs. So, let's do it. Let's get some players out there on the pitch. Bobbing for what? Tyler Maglaw for James Horsfield. Bring on the loan men. Make sure they get their match time. Can't make any more subs. Right, that's enough subs then. Just throw everybody on with 4 minutes to go. Give the referee a headache now trying to work out how much time he's got to add on for all the substitutions.
Just wouldn't be beaten there.
I think I missed to mention this. I can't believe I signed so many people in the pre-season named
Good
Ben.
with the ball.
I've got a lot of Bens at the club, and that is a little bit confusing to me.
Oh, well played.
We've got Ben Watt, we've got Ben Cabango, we've got another Ben Lloyd, I think it is, isn't it?
Well
Well, there's
weighted.
too many Bens.
Seeing a lot of the ball. Strong and firm.
Far too many
Almost
Bens.
the perfect outcome. Goes for a sweeping cross.
Oh,
Frustrated here
Oh.
in the face of this rear guard. Thrust his way through.
yeah. Nice game against Spalding, ladies and gents. That's nice. So we've got through this
Good
FA Cup
position
game.
here.
Kept a nice clean sheet. This will get us some nice money. Again, cup runs, very important for the club's finances. We need to have very good cup runs. Might as well kick it, Foster, because the ball went out of play, so the referee's stopped his whistle. There we go. We've qualified. Ooh, it's all good. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. It certainly was. Beating higher league opposition. Keeping our cup run going. Getting hopefully a good payout. So that's good. It's good. So hopefully we'll get how much did we get money wise? The reserves won 2-1. That's good. We've got £5,620 for winning in the FA Cup third qualifying round. That's pretty much going to pay for, you know, that's going to pay the wages for a month. You know, 0 goals, 0 assists. Yeah, he had a nice rating and he had he had 7 passes. But well, your quality and choice of pack. I don't know if I should be giving him praise for that. You know what, Matt? You can go do the press conference. The press conferences bore me. I've played enough Football Manager now that I know the media questions off by heart, and they're so repetitive. It's the one part of Football Manager I wish Sports Interactive would really, really redesign. The whole press conferences, media interaction stuff. Because I just feel like unless the way you answer questions actually has a big impact on the gameplay, is there a little point it being there? Because it just wastes everybody's time. Right, let's move forward and we'll see you at the Spalding game, ladies and gents. Okay, so we are back, ladies and gents. We have got the game against Spalding at home, Tuesday night at the Mears. And we've got a couple of fit players. Although, Sam Durrant, I think, has just had a run out for the under-21s. So he's not quite as fit as I would have hoped. I was hoping to use him in this game. Next matchup, we will play a little bit wider. Again, I'm going to keep the team unbalanced. Lloyd is away. So, unfortunately, Lloyd can't play. But Tyree Wilson can. That's good. Reece Cole, Sam Durrant. Yeah, that's looking okay. That's looking okay. Mitchell Henry. Actually, Mitchell Henry's proper. Sam, if he hadn't played for the bloody under-21s, he would have been due a start. And you know what? I'm actually going to swap Mason Lee out. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? We've got Ben Watt, who's a defender right, defensive midfield, midfielder centre. Oh, let's go Akinola for Smith. Let's go Tobin for Watt. I'm just having a bit of a switch round, giving some players don't normally get a bit of a game to have a game. Calls for Ben Cabango, maybe, as well. Make sure all the loanees get starting time. Worst comes to worst, we have to bring on the big guns in the second half, don't we? But hopefully, we should have enough to see off Spalding. We should. Nobody reacted to that. Okay. Lee Shaw has scored 13 goals in 9 games this season. Well done, Shawry. Well done. And we're level on points with Nuneaton Borough, with a game in hand currently in the league. So if this is our game in hand, that puts us 3 points clear if we win. Which would be very, very nice. But they've got an early free kick.
Have the ball again. He will try and recover this now.
Robin, Akinola. There's Lee Shaw. Come on, Shawry. Play it to Greg.
Terrific run. Smoothly does it.
There's Greg. And Greg for... Oh, it's disallowed. Oh, that's a brave line. How that is to disallow a Greg Smith goal. Oh, and I tell you what, that's tight. That's...
Steered in.
I'm sorry to say it, but I think the offside rule is garbage. I still believe the old-fashioned way where there had to be a clear gap between the attacking player and the last defender was the better way of doing offside than this. Oh, has he got a nose hair offside? Because I think if you're level, you're on, as far as I'm concerned. If you're level with the defender, you're onside. And you've absolutely timed that run, your play, brilliant. And I think football perhaps needs to go back to the old way, where if there's clear daylight between the attacking player and the last man, yeah, he's offside. If any part of the attacking player is level with the last man, he's onside. The rule was so much easier for everyone to understand, and we didn't need VAR then. And honestly, VAR would find it a lot easier today to draw lines to show gaps and say, look, there's a gap between the players, then all this, oh, is his left toenail onside or offside? But hey, I'm just old, and I preferred football in the simpler days, in the good old days.
Needs to be good here.
I'm too old school, me, and I refuse to change. I'm one of those old curmudgeons. I refuse to change. No, I will not move with the times. No, I will not embrace change. There's Greg. Oh, good header from Greg. And the goalie had to make a good save again there. Oh, Shorey buries it. Well done, Shorey. It's 3-0 already. We've only played 18 minutes.
With such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
Spalding obviously clearly haven't recovered from the County Cup final, when we just dominated them for 90 minutes.
Square from here. He's got plenty of space here. He's on the move. Struck that. There it is!
And it's another goal for Lee Shaw.
Oh, wonderful. Just wonderful. What technical dreams are made of. It was unstoppable.
Kizu. Akinola. Lovely ball.
It's in!
Tell you what, we've got some real good players in that central midfield who can make a good pass.
Great play.
And that can make a big difference. If you've got some, you know, good central midfielders in this game, that can make the world of difference to your teams.
Clip it forward.
I see so many fixtures with like 3-man central midfields with 2 like actual central midfielders on support roles, and they just seem to boss. If you come up against a team with that kind of like 3 in the middle, like that V, like 2 central midfielders and like a defensive midfielder, you know you're in for a hard game. You know you're in for a hard game. And that's kind of what I go. I don't go for that because obviously I only have the 2 in central midfield at the minute, because obviously I'm playing with 2 actual dedicated forwards. But I know when you normally go when you reach the higher leagues and you have to adopt a 4-2-3-1 formation, the 3 in the middle central midfield become very crucial. And if you don't get those positions filled with the right type of player, the right quality of player, you're going to have a lot of trouble.
Left himself in need of support.
Especially when teams start playing like the flat back 7 against you. Oh. And that's another thing I like to see this year. Players scoring from outside the box. Again, we didn't have a lot of that in the first. Believe it or not, out of all the crazy goals we scored in the last season, at the end of the season, the statistics said we didn't actually score very many goals from outside the box. I mean, obviously we had that amazing wonder goal from Jake Wright, you know, where he scored basically from the halfway line, practically in a match. But apart from that, you know, shots from just outside the box, we never converted anything. You know, we was doing really, really badly at that. Right, you can come on. Akinola's bat knackered, so Reece Cole can come on. Jasper Moon needs to be replaced, so Ben Cabango can come on. Bingo, bango, bongo. Greg Smith's done. Sorry, Greg. Mitchell Henry's only playing okay. Matthew Smith. Is it worth risking him? No, because Tobbin's quite good. I might bring Mason Lee on. Or Mitchell. He's not really doing much. And we gain an extra star of ability by bringing Mason Lee on. Joey Bryan. Jeremy Kizu's got a goal. You know what? No, I'm happy. I am happy to say I'm going to go with that. Going to go with that. We've got a lovely 5-0 lead. I trust these players to see out the game now.
Gets into a good position. And he's escaped his man. Drilled in low. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Oh, that turned into a fine effort. He had to make a very fast adjustment.
Inch perfect. Brought forward. Now how will things develop from
Go on,
here?
Lee.
Looking to get onto this.
Pass was a little bit heavy.
It's a promising ball. Has made
Chris
his move. Going high up the
bundled
pitch.
off the ball.
Well read.
Pickles gave it back.
Good reason for optimism here. Pulling the strings from out wide.
Come on, let's keep a clean sheet, boys. Let's keep a clean sheet. Come on. Clean sheet. Oh, saved by the post.
Gets it upfield.
Rattled the woodwork. Good turn by Shorey. Oh, keeper makes a very good save there.
Nice little flick. Now, what's next? Decides to play it back.
There we go. We're lining up another one. Oh, Grady couldn't get the header on target. Couldn't keep it down.
Sufficient return.
Well, we're into stoppage time now, ref.
Just needs support to arrive.
I know I made a few subs, but let's not let that influence how much time you add on.
Come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Just hold the ball. That's it, lads.
He's got plenty of space here.
That's it, lads.
And look to
Come
build
on.
that.
Go on, Lee. Oh, couldn't quite get there.
Lofted away.
That's it, tick it into the corner.
Into the middle. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Upfield.
On Cabango. Kizu. Cole. I'm not going to make any subs now. Tobin will just have to rest the next game. And we won. And look at that. We've got a left back scoring. We've got a midfielder scoring in that game. A left winger. So goals are coming from several areas of the team, and that's nice to see. We're not just reliant on the front men. Last season we was a little bit reliant on our front men. Obviously our front men did fantastic for us, but it's nice to see goals being chipped in from everywhere on the pitch. It means I'm moving in the right direction of where I want to be. If we can have goals being scored from everywhere, you're less likely to run into problems when a striker goes, out of form or, goes on a bit of a goal drought. And those things do happen in this game, so it's nice that we've got players elsewhere that can chip in if suddenly, Lee Shaw decides to leave his shooting boots on the team bus, And we won our game in hand. We've moved 3 points clear. We have got a nice bit of goal difference now. over some of the other teams. I mean, obviously, you know, I would hope to see us have more goal difference. Because again, I like the fact we don't concede many. We're defensively pretty good, as Grantham have been in real life this season. But obviously, I've got the advantage over the real team in that I'm actually getting goals, which helps at the opposite end of the scale. But, ladies and gents, we have sadly reached the end of today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I appreciate all the feedback I'm getting from people who are watching these videos. It does mean a lot, and I'm glad people are enjoying it, and I'm glad people are playing along too in their own versions of the save with the database now downloaded. That's great. Again, if I remember, I will link the database again. I might not have done it in the last couple of videos because my upload schedule has been a bit crazy the last couple of weeks, and I've been kind of just scrambling. I haven't really, you know, sat down and really, you know, let's think about doing this, you know, properly. It's like, just quick, get a video out sort of thing. Because obviously I've been spending a lot of time streaming as opposed to just sitting down recording like I'm doing today. But yeah, I'll link to the database again for those of you that may not know of it and know where to get it and how to get it, and that lets you play as, obviously, teams lower down the pyramid than, obviously, the game out of the box, the base game lets you. And I will see you all in the next video where, like I say, we're going to play Carlton in an FA Trophy qualifying game, which we ought to win as defending champions. And then we'll take on our good friends that we also know, Baseford United. We'll play them in the league. So yeah, the next two games, might even try and squeeze in that Solihull Moors game as well, that other FA Cup game. And then we might just have a little bit of a break before we come back and deal with like Nuneaton and stuff. So yes, I will see you all down the road. Please leave likes on the videos. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not doing so already. Leave me comments in the comment section if you're having fun in this series. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye, everybody.